Hey, Scrappy Names fans, another process video coming at you today. This is an art journal process video with a title that I really didn't know how to go with. Anyway, so I am working in my A4, is that right? Yes, I think it's Delusions journal. My stock standard, my other one is my altered book that I usually use. Now, I didn't gesso, so I'm trying to think. I have filmed this about 2 weeks ago. I haven't gessoed this page because I knew I was going to use the watercolors or something really wet, and I didn't want it to sort of wreck, I guess, the color or anything like that. So now in my head, I kind of had a thought. Originally, I was trying to go with a bit of a watery, oceany, let's go to the beach kind of scene because me anyway, really wanted to go to the beach. It didn't end up that way, and that is okay. So I am very much doing the typical art journal thing and just kind of winging it. I am trying to be more, I guess, fluid and free with my my art journaling, and not have too much of a plan when I jump in. I do like to have a bit of an idea because I'm not overly creatively minded that way with the art journaling. So yes, it needs to be a little freeing. Anyway, using some of these beautiful Jane Davenport watercolor palettes. I love these. The colors are just amazing in them. As you can see, I started with a bit of a greeny color, and then I decided to come in with a bit of a blue, just because, as I said, originally I was going with an ocean look. As you would have seen by the title and the picture at the front of the finished process of this video, it didn't end up being very oceany, but that's okay. Now I'm going to have a play with this. So this failed, and I have kept this in to show you what I tried to do, except that the focus on my camera is being annoying again, sorry. So I have just got these scribble sticks. I never used them, brought them, I think at a retreat years ago, and barely used them. But I thought, you know what, let's give them a crack. So scribbled onto the page and then added some water, spritzed some water on, and using a wet paintbrush trying to get it to sort of move around. And it's kind of working, but it was really challenging. So as you can see, just mopping up some of the water because I really used a lot of water. So I'm not sure what I did wrong here. It's all a process. And I did try and layer over some different colours, and in the end, as you can see, it just didn't work. So I've gone back in with like a yellow and orange, red or something of the Jane Davenport, the watercolours, and just keeping to the watercolours. And as I said, we'll have to maybe do some YouTube scrolling on how to use these scribble sticks better. I know I've used them before. I'm sure I've used them before and they worked really well. I don't know if it was the texture of the paper or anything. If anyone has any ideas or tips, please let me know. Because I've used them before, I'm sure, to create like a watercolory type background. But yeah, I'm sure it was on like the cardstock, normal white cardstock, so I don't know. But anyway, it's all good. It's all a learning process. And as I said, I wanted to show you how I did it so that you can tell me what I did wrong, or, get a bit of an understanding on technique as well. So I've gone in here, and again, same thing, Jane Davenport colours, and I'm mixing a blue and a purple because I was trying to get a bit of a kind of like a sky nighttime colour, which kind of works. The blue is far more pigmented than the purple. You can see here there's a big dollop of purple, and that actually in the end, once it spreads across, I actually didn't mind the way that looked. But lots of moments of this is not going the way I wanted or the way I felt it should have gone, but we just go with it. So there's the finished product, all dried off. Now, as you can see, probably not very oceany looking, so we're just going to go with it. And, I just thought, whatever, let's make it work. I have this Inky Quill Patreon printable that I think it's actually new or maybe last month's, and I absolutely love it. Now, the quote on there is very much about looking after yourself, and I think, taking, breathing and, and at this point in time when I made this video, I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed myself, and I guess just needed that reminder that it's okay to just stop and breathe before you kind of have a meltdown. So that's what this is, I guess, in my head. Going through with some Heidi Swap texture paste here. I think, was it the silver? I missed it. In this big star stencil. And just to make the pages cohesive, because, the watercolour didn't make it look cohesive enough, I did want to add some stars in over my printable there, just to tie it all in together. And make it, as I said, look sort of like one page. Now, I've got some extra bits here, so as usual, just grabbing my other art journal, my altered book, and just chucking it in there, and away we go. Alright, now I have picked, you'll see, 2 floral stencils. So I went with florals as opposed to an ocean theme, because I wanted to, again, match a bit of what's on that printable. So that's printable, I guess, is what you'd call the focal image, the main part of the page now, and matching or tying in what I'm doing with what's already on that printable was sort of a key thing for me here. So using some very different colours, trying to keep with the same sort of side of the cool colours, I guess. Cool, warm. They're warm. I always get that confused. As I said, I'm not an artist by trade. Not arty ever in my life. This is, yes, my attempt at it and the scrapbooking. But as you can see, using different colours, and I'm not actually too much changing my sponges there to put through the paint through my stencil, because I was happy for the colours to kind of mix and blend and look a bit sort of cohesive, like they go fade into each other almost. So that was sort of what I was thinking, and that's why different layers of it. You can see me spinning around the palette there, which is literally an ice cream container, a lid. That's what I just use generally to put my... Usually I use that for texture paste and things like that. It's actually getting a bit annoying now because it's starting to warp and it moves too much, whereas I have a flat lid from an IKEA container that I don't need the lid for, and I usually use that, which sort of stays in, but it can be a bit annoying because it's quite large. Anyway, first world problems. Alright, so as you did see, I did cut out the drying, but I did dry between every layer. And then, as you can see here, I am going to come in and do some mark making and some splattering just to really pop the page a bit. I nearly left it at just the texture paste and then thought, nah, it's missing something to me. So just going around and, as I said, adding, I think that it's not a Posca paint pen, that white one. I feel it was a chalk marker. I'm not sure where it came from. But it worked really well and added lots of really great sort of splatters across the page, which I really loved. And then, yeah, just coming through with my pink, and did I use blue or black? Can't even remember now. And just everywhere I've put one mark, I'll put another one or whatnot, just to balance it all out. But lots of little marks there. And in the end, yeah, I actually really like the way that this came together. It's really bright. It was really fun to do, even with the fails. And it not being an ocean theme, like a water theme that I originally had planned. But that is okay. As I said, it's art journaling and that needs to be freeing and no plans, which is very odd for me. Anyway, finished product close-ups right here. If you do have any questions, if you do have any comments on techniques on how to use the scribble sticks, please let me know or point me in the direction to find out. But I will see you again in my next process video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.